Hi everybody and welcome back to another short episode of Eat at Kurt's. A long time ago I promised you I was going to teach you all how to make clarified bacon fat, and I just made bacon, so I'm going to use this as an opportunity to keep my word and teach you how to make clarified bacon fat. The first step is to cook some bacon, and then once your bacon is done cooking or cooked to your liking, you're going to remove the bacon from the pan, keeping all the drippings and the fat in the pan. Okay, really simple process for this. You're gonna get a mason jar. I always put it on a plate to catch any excess drippings, and you're just gonna pour all of your drippings into said mason jar. And once you get your bacon drippings into this jar, you're gonna add some warm water to this, just a splash of warm water to this. And so what this does is it separates the fat, the solids, and the liquids. So the fat from the bacon is gonna rise to the top. The liquid is gonna serve as like a barrier here and allow all the sediment and the crud that we just cooked to fall down to the bottom and separate from the fat. I'm gonna put the lid on this mason jar, and hear me out. You're actually gonna shake it up, and you're gonna turn this upside down, and then that process is gonna repeat. And put this into the fridge to allow it to solidify once that happens. So what you should have after about an hour or so in the fridge is you should have hardened solid bacon fat at towards the bottom of the jar, but at the top from our perspective. And then you should have liquid here, and then there should be, all the grit and the sediment from the bacon that we cooked should have fallen down to the bottom of this jar, and that should clarify this bacon fat layer up here. And so I'm gonna get another jar. So I'm gonna get my smaller jar, and then over the sink, you're just gonna, if you can see this, you're just gonna remove this, get your hands a little dirty. And you're just gonna let all of the grit and the water fall out of the bottom. And your bacon fat should stay in there. And so then get this like as dry as possible. And then I like to get another miniature jar like this. And then you're just gonna transfer this. You're gonna transfer all this fat into your other jar. Push down in there. And so then, what you want is you just wanna push this down as much as possible, get as much of the air out as possible into your long-term storage jar, and that's it. You're gonna put it back in the fridge. This right here is a wonderful substitute for any recipe that calls for butter, as long as the bacon flavor goes well in the recipe. And that is how you make clarified bacon fat. And it's also a great way to just waste not. Utilize, when you cook bacon, utilize every little bit of the bacon. And that's it. Thank you, please come again.